and his intent tonight is to discuss with you the changes and actions that we've taken and to discuss our recent trade performance. Chima, it's all yours. Everyone else, I will be handling your questions in the questions pane.
Thank you so much, Annette. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to address our company at large. We have had a couple weeks of performance that we would like to improve upon. I think that's an understatement. We have heard from the field, and trust me, we internally have the same desire to get it right, to become more consistent, and for us to give you or deliver a product that not only you're proud of, but you're able to use to grow and develop your business. It's something that we take very seriously. I spoke about this at the convention, Ascend in Las Vegas, about the different things that we want to do in regards to getting a product that everyone can utilize, can find as far as risk-wise, can identify with, and can use to not only advance their portfolios, but also what they can use to show their prospective clients and their individuals that they're trying to prospect with the business. So one of the first things I want to talk about is we're having a shift in the way we approach and the way we compensate our traders. And we're actually shifting from production to consistency. And some of you may ask, well, why is that? Why does this matter to you, how the traders are compensated? Just like you, and as you're growing your business, you have a desire to grow, to talk to as many people, to do as much as it takes in order for you to maximize your earning potential. So we're human. We all do the same thing. And in this industry, production matters. It is the industry norm. The more you produce, the more you get paid. And that's how this industry works. And we are a game changer. We are a category creator, right? So, yes, in the beginning as we started, just as the industry has defined the way traders are compensated, we started that way as well. Now, how does this impact the psyche, or what we call the trader's psychology or the mindset? Traders want to be right. They like to be right. They make a decision. Is it time to buy or is it time to sell? And their objective is to be right as often as possible because, of course, the more they're right, the more they're able to produce, the more they're compensated. Wanting to prove to themselves that they belong. I just got this wrong. That's unlike me. I normally get that decision right. I normally get that trade right. And so as a result, the trader wants to try again. And sometimes they're a little too assertive or a little too aggressive because not only do they want to get it right, but as I get it right, I increase my compensation. So it's important. And not to say that traders are just trading because money's on the table, but there's an ego involved as well. Because my colleagues are watching, the world is watching, WG is watching. So there are a lot of factors in play when we talk about a trader's decision. And with all of this, and lastly, the money motivation part of it, right? The money motivation means that the more pips I make, the more I get compensated. Production. What we realize now at WG, or what we have realized, but essentially how we can actually merge what our traders, or that fine line as I talk about, what our traders see and what our field see, is that what's more important than production is consistency. Because that's what you need to grow your business. You don't need for the trader to knock the cover off the ball. You don't need the trader to just hit a home run every time at the plate. You don't need them to make 10,000 tips a month. More often than not, all you really from our traders is just to be consistent. So that's how we're shifting. We're shifting from a production-based compensation to consistency. So as our traders become more and more consistent, their compensation will increase as well. And once again, realizing that we're not a trading firm, we are a firm that is set on building a business and spreading awareness about trading the financial markets. Another issue that we're addressing and will make an impact going forward are the big stop losses. I hear this when I talk to leaders. A lot of leaders have called in and have talked to our executive team. Why the big stop losses? So we're eliminating trades with stops over 100 pips. That's no more. And then that brings us to the question, why did that exist in the first place? There are different types of trading. You have swing trading, you have scalping, you have short-term trading, you have long-term objectives as far as the trading decisions that are made. All of this matters in how you choose a stop loss. And for those of you who were here in the beginning, we really focused on swing trading. And with swing trading, you have to allow what we call the market to breathe. We have to allow a space for the market to operate. You don't just enter into a trade and it immediately goes in one direction. There's a phrase what we call in trading called consolidation. And after you enter into a trade, more often than not, the market does consolidate. And with consolidation, that means it will teeter up and down. It will go up 5 pips. It'll go down 10 pips. It'll go up 20 pips. It'll go down 30 pips. It'll go up 10, down 20, up 50, down to 20, and up to 100. So that's the way the market moves. It's not just a decision that's made and then it immediately runs one way or the other. Oftentimes there's fluctuations. So this is what we call giving the market room to breathe. So for swing traders, you want to give the market a little bit more flexibility in order for you to achieve, your market direction objective. Now it's tough when we see that in our trading account, especially when we notice some of our targets are just 20 pips or 25 pips or 30 pips or 17 pips, thereabout. And so when we're risking that and then our traders are trailing pretty tightly as the market goes into profit, it seems like we're not getting the best risk-reward opportunity. So we're eliminating that from our trades. If the trader finds a trade that needs that amount of space in order to breathe, as we call it, we're just going to bypass that trade. So going forward, every trade will be evaluated based on the stop or the space that's needed. If it's over 50 pips, 55 pips, thereabout, we are going to bypass that trade idea and move on to the next. So therefore, we're going to be eliminating those trade ideas from your trading account. One of the great things that we're adding is a new piece of technology that's going to allow our traders or assist our traders in trailing their profit. This has been very frustrating for some of us internally, and I know externally it's been extremely frustrating for you as well. When oftentimes we're watching our trades move and you'll see that the market is up 50 pips, 60 pips, 70 or even 80 pips, only for the market to come all the way back down and end in a loss. It hurts. It's tough to see. It's tough to watch your account be in a positive state. And just to watch the market give back all of your profits. Now, the Forex market is a tough market. it's a 24-hour market. And oftentimes when we talk about you would enter into a trade, and the trader who's monitoring the trade, or who that trade belongs to, maybe during the time when they're awake, that trade is just fluctuating, plus 10, minus 10, plus 20, minus 30, plus 20. And of course, eventually they have to sleep or rest or go have a meal or go take their kids to soccer practice or whatever the case might be, because they're living life just like you. And they're not in front of the screen 24 hours because they do have to rest. And sometimes as they're sleeping when the market is still going, you will see the trade go into profit. And the idea is for that trader to be able to monitor or trail their position and be able to lock in or secure as much profit as possible. So what we've developed and what we have implemented that started on Tuesday was our new trail system. Actually, it started on Monday. Our new trail system. So now, for example, if a trade is up 20 pips or thereabouts, our trail will automatically kick in, and at a minimum, we will get out at the stop or out of that trade at +1. So we achieve some profit, and if the market actually comes back, we're not going to lose on that trade. And if the trade still, or if the trader still feels that that trade is a viable trade, then it'll be their job to re-enter into that position. But no longer are we going to see trades that go up 20 pips, and then 40 pips, and then 50 pips to come all the way back, and then we lose 20, we lose 30, we lose 40, we lose 50. So it'll be a tier system. It goes 20, the first stop will move, for example, let's say to +1 pip. It moves up to 40, then it will readjust, and then it'll go plus. It'll go plus another set of pips. And as it moves incrementally higher and higher, then the trailing stop will follow the trade along as well. So this is a really big implementation for us, which will allow the traders, obviously, the room, if they're in a trade and if they do have to rest and obviously sleep and do other things, that the market is continuously being trailed, or their positions are continuously being trailed by our software. One of the big key things that we talked about in Las Vegas was our farm system and how serious we were on developing our traders and our trading teams. As we're growing, we have been adding traders. We've been adding traders because it is a 24-hour market and we need to expand. We need to offer or bring in more talent in order for us to be able to give you the consistency that you need in order to grow your business. Now, what has happened as a result, and especially over the last few months, that combination to where some traders are having good times or good months or bad months and other traders are having good months, we've seen either a wash of profit and loss, or in some cases we've seen where the negative trades have outweighed the positive ones. And we don't like that result either. Therefore, the creation of the farm system. We are going to look for consistency. And if the traders aren't in that mode at the time, if they're not
Chima, you lost sound there for a second. Can you please check your audio controls?
Okay, can you hear me now? Is that better?
I can hear you now.
Okay. One of the objectives, I'm going to repeat. The objective is for us to have the best traders that are available and consistent to trade your account live. We do realize that with the FX Simplifier, we are trading your live account, and we take that responsibility seriously. It is important for our traders to perform. It is important for them to prove that they can perform consistently. And this system will allow us to monitor and obviously see their performance and award that by advancing them through the levels. As of September 1st, or as of now, we currently have 3 traders that are going to be trading your live account. Over the past 3 months, these 3 traders that will be trading your live account, only these 3 traders, have consistently performed above what we want to achieve as a company. Our objective as a company is to achieve over 250 pips a month. And that's our low end. That's what we want to give you as a minimum. If we can give you 500, of course we will. But as a minimum, we want to be able to achieve 250 pips a month. These 3 traders have done that in that time period. Now, what has happened? Clearly, some traders have had, so their trades have been watched. We have 6 traders in the minor league, and we also have an additional 6 traders in the farm league. Now, this farm league was just announced a few weeks ago in Las Vegas, and we have had an overwhelming response, and so far we have 6 traders that are involved there. But this will be the process going forward. If you are underperforming, you will be sent down to the minor league until you actually create a consistent performance that is worthy of trading your live account. It is important for that because we realize not only is it your money that's being traded and your client accounts that are being traded, however, this is the information, this is the tool, this is what you're using to grow your business. We realize that. The more consistent we are, the better product you have to actually grow your business. In conclusion, the reason why we're having this call is because transparency is our objective. It is important for you to understand what's going on internally. It is important for you to understand that we are not satisfied with what's going on internally. It's important for you to understand that we see what the problems are. We not only see it ourselves, but we listen to you as well. We hear you, and being transparent to show you the changes that are being made in order to improve our product. Ultimately, we are in business together. We support you in your efforts to grow your business. It is important for our product to be stellar. It's important for our product to be something that you can use in order to advance your individual goals as a business owner. We take that seriously. These are the steps that have been done, that are being made in order to give you a more consistent product. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I look forward to the product that you'll be receiving in September. These traders, we are very confident in their ability to offer us consistency. And any trader that trades the FX Simplifier account will be that. Someone that we believe will be able to deliver a consistent product to you. Thank you again.
Okay, Chima, before I move over to the multiplier, I've been answering all of the questions as they come in, but I'll share a couple of the ones that you may want to cover. Joseph says that this will probably mean that we'll see less trades.
Yes, that is correct, Joseph. We are going to see less trades. The market over the summer has been extremely volatile, and we have a extremely, let's say, interesting summer, starting with Brexit and everything else. The number of trades or trading the market in hopes for us to get a consistently, let's say, moving or trending market hasn't been a positive result for us. So we need to really get down to those who are trading less, who are seeing those small intervals and taking advantage of them consistently. And yes, in the short term, you are going to see less trades, but the idea is not necessarily less trades, but more pips, right? So we're able to keep or retain much more of what we're actually capturing, or for those traders who are capturing those pips, we're able to maintain them because we are going to be taking. because we are getting less trades.
The other thing I mentioned in my answer is that don't associate less trades with lower performance, because that's not necessarily the case. Trade quantity does not equate to performance by any means.
Definitely. Did you get any other questions?
Yes, they all just came in like a spurt of like 30. I can't.
Okay.
They came flying in.
I imagine that they would.
Okay. Let me just. Don't look. If anybody's trying to roll through the questions, don't. I need to. And you're scrolling my screen, so I can't see. Okay, so what does this adjustment mean for the PIP rooms? If you could talk to that.
Repeat that for me again, Annette, please.
In other words, if only these traders are going to trade, if they're in a PIP room, if they're attending one of the PIP rooms, will they still be getting trades called out by the members in the PIP room? 100%,
yes. We are going to have traders in the PIP room. They are going to be trading what they see there as far as in that trade. It's always been at the discretion of our members who attend the PIP rooms. The objective is then for them to follow those experts and see how they interpret the market and look at the trades that they select. But it's at the visitor's discretion to take those trades. It's always been that way. We're just not going to be pushing those trades out to the simplifier. But those who have been attending the rooms, they will continue to take those trades like they normally do.
Okay. Again, I just want to make sure nobody's scrolling through this but me, because my screen keeps moving away. Okay, there's a couple of points here brought up regarding performance and the losses that were experienced. I personally have worked very closely with many of you, not only in getting you activated on the Simplifier, which is a tool, okay, nothing else, just a convenience tool, as well as in trainings, a lot of the recordings, you hear my voice. I think I'm very clear. We do not promise you performance. It's certainly our objective, but the reality of losses is made very clear many times, okay, throughout your entrance into wealth generators. And it's important for you to understand that when you trade any investment instrument, whether it be Forex or options or stocks or any investment at all, okay, there is the real possibility and reality of loss. What we believe is that there's no chart that goes straight up. What we have right now is a pullback, and we fully expect that from this pullback, we'll reach a higher high. That's how we operate. We reach a higher high, then you will see from wherever you are right now that we will be traveling, okay, upwards. That's the plan. Is that a promise? Absolutely not. So your losses over the last few weeks, take a look at a chart, you're in a pullback. For those of you who are grateful that we're holding this session tonight, I thank you and appreciate you writing that in. We think it's important to keep open communication and discussion at all times regarding this. Chima, can you please go over the profit trail system briefly again? And I'm going to mute myself while you do that so I can prioritize these questions.
Not a problem. The profit system is fully customizable for us to control how we want to trail a particular position. So I'm giving an example of a trade, all right? So follow along with me. And let's say trader A gets into a trade. They're buying the euro dollar, and we buy the euro. As the euro goes higher, it goes to 10 pips, 20 pips. And after the computer recognizes that we have a plus 20 pips, it will automatically adjust from what the trader's initial stop. So let's say the trader had an initial stop of 40 pips. on the trade. The trade was entered. The trader had a 40 pip stop on this trade. After the trade started to move, we're now at plus 20. The system will automatically adjust the stop regardless of where the trader is, whether the trader is sleeping or at dinner. The system will automatically move it from a 40 pip stop loss to now, for in this example, let's say at break even or at plus 1 pip. So the trader doesn't have to physically be there to do it or to move it like the trader has been having to do that before. Now the trade, if it goes down, if it goes against the trader, if the euro loses momentum or steam and drops, let's say, for example, as a result of a news announcement or something of that nature, the trade, worst case scenario at this point, will end up in a profit of plus 1 pip. Yes, it's a little frustrating for the trader. Hey, this looked like a good trade idea. However, it didn't happen. Let me look at it again. Maybe the next time it moves up, it will actually achieve the 50 pips that I had in mind. However, in this scenario, we're not going to be plus 20, and then as a result of a news announcement, we're going to be at negative 50. It's almost like we live to fight another day, because the objective here is capital preservation. If we can preserve the capital, then we have enough in order to execute another trade, whether it's an hour later or a day later. Now, that same trade, if we achieve 20 pips, we are now moved. Let's say the next day, the trader takes that same trade. The trader buys the euro, 40 pip stop loss. The trade moves up 20 pips. Just like the day before, the system automatically puts the stop at plus 1. But this day, the trade doesn't go back down. It actually moves up to 40 pips, for example. After the trade achieves plus 40, now the stop automatically adjusts to any point we choose, but in this example, we're going to say 20. Now that the trade is plus 40, and you see it on your phone, if you're up 40 pips, the stop will automatically be adjusted to a plus 20. In this scenario, if a news event happens or if the market decides to go against the trader is sleeping, we go from plus 40 to worst case scenario, plus 20. And the close, or the trade is closed, exited with a profit of 20 pips. This is, once again, we're preserving capital, or in this case, we're preserving some of the profit. This is how trading is. Even though you might see your account hit plus 20 pips, plus 50 pips, plus 70 pips, you have to be okay with the fact that you might get out with plus 40. The objective is to try to get out with something positive. We always look at it, and there's a phrase that they call playing Monday morning quarterback. Wow, I would have loved to get out at the top at 70. But you have this unique vantage point of being able to watch your account fluctuate up and down. So as you look at this, I don't want you to, let's say, complain, oh, wow, we should have got out at 70. It's difficult to find a peak in the market. But our objective is to consistently and steadily get a profitable trade from the decisions that we make, right? So today we make 20, tomorrow we make 40, the next day we make 20, the next day we make 17. The objective is
You lost sound again.
all right, guys, I'm sorry, my audio just cut out. The objective is that over a period of time, you're able to see consistent profit, right?
All right, I need to just answer a couple of these myself out loud, if that's okay.
Sure.
All righty then. Actually, there is one I'd like you to talk about, because they're just submitting a lot of things all at once. Because their accounts have pulled back, Chima, they need to adjust allocation potentially. What is your suggestion with that? Should they be lowering their allocation, increasing their allocation? Those who are on a percentage, right, are having smaller trades naturally as a result of the lower account values. So there's some confusion as to how they should adjust the allocation appropriately to handle the pullback that they've experienced.
Okay. The irresponsible thing to do is to increase your allocation, because the approach needs to be, this is an investment over time. Very similar to what Annette said earlier, we are experiencing a pullback. All markets do that. All investments experience some type of pullback. You don't exponentially add risk to a portfolio just because you experience a pullback. Over time, the account will recover and extend. So you should adjust your allocation to your account balance always. If you are at if you are at 0.04 and you experience some losses, it's okay. Go down to 0.3. As your account slowly recovers, then you can go back up to 0.4. The idea is for you to always adjust your allocation based on the amount of money that you have in your account. And as your account grows, you will go from 0.4 then to 0.5. But you don't want to add additional risk by it. You definitely don't want to increase it. But I would suggest that you analyze where you are now and adjust your lot size accordingly. Allow your account to grow organically, and then adjust it up as your account starts to grow again.
Okay, Stephen, no, everyone can use the FX Simplifier, okay? It's a tool that is available to all the members who have one of the Forex packs. So everyone can use the FX Simplifier. Now, the FX Simplifier is not anything magical. What it simply does is it takes the trade and makes it available in your account, in your MT4 account at your broker. You do have to use one of the brokers, okay, that we approve. And that's because we cannot attach our simplifier to a broker who doesn't meet United States regulation, all right? Second, the allocation, the size of your orders must be set by you, okay? If there's not an allocation set, an order will not go through. And that's because the FX Simplifier is not an automated trader, okay? It is not automated. It is a convenience tool that copies the trade and makes it available in your account, and as long as you set the size, it should execute for you, assuming you have the capital and you have the right allocation in place. Now, for those of you who are typing in, I have huge losses, how do I recover? I would be happy with this profit per day. I would like to share with you the fact that the live account, that is mine, was the first one attached to the FX Simplifier. I adjusted allocation for 2 weeks to find the right allocation. Once I found the right allocation, okay, my account has lost exactly, it's a $2,000 account that I attached, and it was in profitable ground. It started the first week of June, and it did not enter negative territory until yesterday, and that was $52. And my allocation is 0.1. So losses are relative. They are relative to each individual based upon the amount of capital that is in the account, based upon the time in which you joined, and based upon the size of your orders. So one experience is not in any way duplicatable to another experience. They're all different. The other thing that people must keep in mind is that if someone just signed up, okay, they don't have any experience. For someone who's been trading with us since July of last year, their experience is very, very different. For someone who was on the Simplifier from the first week of June and started with a really low allocation, they've been in positive ground the whole time. whereas others who had a very high allocation learned very quickly that it was way too volatile and the gains and the losses were too dramatic for tolerance. So you need to keep all of those variables in mind. Chima, could you repeat what the monthly objective is in regards to the number of pips?
Okay, our monthly objective is to achieve 250 pips. That is the low side of our objective. Clearly, there's no cap on what we want to do or can do, but ideally we want, and internally we have a number of 250 that we want to achieve every month.
Okay, the other thing is that the FX Simplifier doesn't have any deadlines associated with it. It's available at all times. You can attach a demo account or a live account. I urge you to start with a demo account so you can figure out your allocation. Most people say to me, oh, just tell me one, just give me an idea. I cannot give you an idea because everyone's risk tolerance is entirely different. I know people who are very risk tolerant, who can handle gains and large losses and not bat an eye. I know other people who physically get ill when they see a loss. So allocation is very personal, and to figure out a proper allocation, I strongly suggest you attach a demo account to the Simplifier, set an allocation, and adjust from there until you are comfortable. And believe me, you will know when you are comfortable. It happens very quickly. I know that there are some leaders out there who can attest to this because they didn't listen, and then they did listen, and then they said, yeah, you're right. So some people are saying, hey, look, we've seen performance in the past that has been 60%, 70%. You know, does this mean that starting in September with the changes, we're going to see that performance again? We can never promise you performance. There's no magic wand. Just like there was no catalyst or design on experience losing trades, there's no catalyst or design in executing and making profitable trades happen automatically. However, when we look at some of the dynamics that took place during the losing periods, we do see things that could be adjusted, and that's what we're talking about tonight. We believe those adjustments will have a positive outcome. We can't promise you that, but we believe they will be. Oh, and I don't mean to come across defiant. I just wanted to come across clear. So if anybody thinks that I'm angry in any way, shape, or form, I'm certainly not. I do mean that. I just want to make sure, though, nobody attaches, very few people demo trade. And I don't know how to make it any clearer that even professionals who've traded for decades demo trade, especially when they're trying out a new strategy. And so there seems to be a general concern or rush to get started and attach a live account and live dollars. And I think it's that rush that everyone feels like they have to do that right away that causes me the greatest concern. This is about a program and the ability for you to manage your funds and trade the markets for years and years to come. Not the next day, not the next couple of weeks, but really for the rest of your life. It is something that you can do even if you weren't with us, right? And you were to leave. You can trade, okay, or purchase signals or newsletters, whatever servers. You can do this, right? Always. What really needs to be impressed upon you is how to allocate, right, to whatever trading strategy you're using. And sometimes the best way to do that, of course, is using a demo account, because the emotion that is involved when someone gains money very quickly or loses money very quickly tends to blur the senses, and you're not able to make as good of a decision as to what the next step should be. And I think it's that is concerning the most, is that there's not enough testing of allocation before everyone goes live. So when we go through a pullback, there are many people who get concerned. The other thing is that we have heard multiple times, certainly during down periods, I know a trader who does. I have a trader who can. I look at this person online and they have winning trades every day. We make available to you in the most transparent way possible. I don't know another company that offers the same transparency we do. Each and every trade. And each and every trade is made available through this tool called the Simplifier, which is also an amplifier in that you get to see each and every trade, the entry, the exit, the target, everything, all in real time. Many times when you're looking at another trader, you're looking at what they choose to show you. Okay, many traders will show their winning trades. They won't show you any of their losing trades. And believe me, there's no trader who just has winning trades. Not anywhere.
Yeah, that's very true. And for the years that I've been analyzing traders and working with different groups, that statement couldn't be more true. I think that the comparison or the need to compare one person versus another, or this guy versus that guy, every trader goes through their ups and their downs. The idea behind the tool that we're offering, a lot of people that you talk to who have money that saves, they have a desire to do something with it. It's sitting in a trading account achieving zero interest, essentially. If we do what we can do to offer you a consistent product, as what I outlined tonight, no matter how many pips, whether it's 200 pips or 500 pips, regardless of whatever is achieved month in and month out, it's going to be able to give them something more that they're currently getting now, and something that they won't probably have access to somewhere else. So our objective is to give you something consistent, regardless of what that number is, whether it's 5%, 15%, or 30%, or 60%. You're able to grow your business with that product. And I think that's really what the focus should be on, not necessarily, well, I know a guy who gets 60% every month, or I know a guy who can double an account in 2 weeks. You know, that's really not the objective, what we want to achieve here. So we can give you something consistent that will allow you to have a product that you can go out and build with.
Okay, the next thing is our performance is on our public site, and it's available up to the minute. It's located in 2 places. If you go under our Grow tab and you look at our Forex product, you'll see the performance there. If you go under, I think it's Company, you'll see performance clearly listed, so that you can see each and every one of our trades, even the no-fills, and you can quickly calculate the gain or loss of pips over a week, a month, all the way back to the beginning. We do that with both Forex and equities, okay? Will there be tools teaching us Fibonacci and other setups? For those of you who have the QG pack, there are many education videos covering technical training, psychology, options, many different setups. The technical training, whether you're using it on an option or a currency pair, is all the same, right? Technicals is the ability to look at a chart pattern and identify what's happening. So you'll see that many of those are there. If you attend the live PIP rooms, there's typically a training session going on or held by the traders in the PIP room, where they're covering a particular pattern or showing you a particular analysis tool. In addition, when you have the monthly Meet the Expert, it's typically a training session covering one of those major points. Now, real quick, 7 p.m. starts the Spanish version. I promised you an update on the multiplier. Chima, if you could, I'm just going to take back presenter rights.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can see if you're seeing what you're supposed to. Okay, there we go. So the FX Multiplier will be launched September 1st. The multiplier truly is a automated, managed, hands-free trading product that we are offering. None of our other products are auto traders or hands-free traders. This truly is the first that is an algorithmic, purely algorithmic product. It trades automatically throughout the sessions, ongoing. It is a managed account, meaning that you cannot trade in it. Once you establish this account, okay, it is traded for you. The only platform that it is traded on is Talonx. It is only available to our international members. If they are on the all-in pack, they will be able to get going with the multiplier on September 1st. Okay, so we're within the 48-hour launch period. Performance. We have internally, before partnering with the provider of the algorithm, have reviewed a 2-year documented track record for the multiplier. Now, we never publish, okay, anything we review, okay, that happened in the past prior to us. However, we did in April establish a live account for wealth generators. $9,965 was deposited. As of the close of the session today, August 30th, the realized P&L is $1,733, bringing the realized account value to $11,592, and that represents a return of 17.39% over a period of 132 days, okay, 4 months, 10 days. We will be making available the full WG account history. That's each and every trade. All right, it'll be an Excel sheet that you'll be able to see when you click on that button. The steps to participate: you will establish a managed brokerage account at Talonx, and you will have to use the link that we provide. You'll have to open a Talonx Pro account, and you'll need to use the link because it will identify you as a person who will be using the multiplier. You will then need to fund your account. The minimum account size for using the multiplier is $1,000 US. Once the funding is there, the trading will commence, and after that, you simply log into your Talonx Pro account however often you would like to see your results. And you will see your positions in real time, what you're holding, and what has been closing. Talonx, I hear a statement that says the Talonx broker has been a bad broker. We had Talonx as one of our brokers of choice. As a matter of fact, we liked Talonx as a broker. The reason why we took Talonx down, okay, off the site as one of the recommended brokers was because they were not regulated by an entity that United States regulation recognizes. So as a result, we could no longer feature them, right? Because they were not recognized by a U.S. Entity like the CFTC or one of the other governing bodies that the U.S. would like to see. However, that is why this is available for international members, because international members are not bound by those same regulations of the U.S. They can pretty much trade any broker they like. The program details: it will be a minimum account deposit of $1,000. You'll establish a Talonx Pro managed account. Account sizes up to $5,000 have no additional charges other than trading commissions, and is included in the monthly subscription of the all-in pack, which is $199. Account sizes over $5,000 will have a tiered pricing schedule, and this schedule may have some errors in it, so keep that in mind. This page is not live yet. I was working on it today. And this is a truly hands-free managed account scenario. You will not be able to execute any trades in this account, okay? Past performance is not indicative of future results, as even when you're looking at the FX multiplier. Okay, so even though we've seen 2 years, a documented track record, never having a closing session that was negative. In other words, yes, they were losing trades, but the daily session itself was profitable. You know, we don't know if that would continue. So you need to keep that in mind. Individual account performance will vary, and daily trade performance it will be available in real time by logging into your TalentX Pro managed account. As always, the user of the FX multiplier as well does assume all risk, and trading currencies involves risk. So you'll see us starting to roll out all of the details around the multiplier in the next 48 hours. This does replace the algo trader. We don't call it the algo trader. We call it the FX multiplier. And it is going to be out, and it will be out for all international members and U.S. members. Unfortunately, at this time, we do not have a date for when that might be available. Alrighty, if there's a question that we did not get to, I do apologize, but we do need to clear out. There's the Spanish session starting in 5 minutes. I certainly appreciate everyone's time tonight. Thank you very much for attending, and we will see you guys soon. If there's additional information you need, or you would need to speak to us, you can either submit a ticket. You can certainly email me directly. It's Annette@wealthgenerators.com. However, keep in mind, it might take me some time to get back to you. Thanks so much. You guys have an awesome night. Yes, Canadians can use the multiplier.